So you can disagree with me if you like. I mean, really, you can, just in case you weren't aware of that. But what I think we really ultimately want is to feel connected to God. I'm using the word God because that's the word I like. I don't feel that you need to use that. I know some people feel very intensely that we must use the word God. But let's face it, God is an English word, and God's been around a lot longer than the English language. So if you want to say, source, universe, creator, Yahweh, there's a lot of different words that you could use. To me, if you're talking about the loving source of all creation, the word isn't as important. I am that I am. So, not quite the same as Popeye. I am what I am. Okay. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to edit it out. Anyhow, hopefully I can do some tapping here that might help you feel that connection. Because that's, to me, the most joyful, abundant, happy feeling there is. And there's so many cheap alternatives that we try to use to get there, but what we really want is that feeling of connection. So taking full responsibility for your own well-being, I choose to feel connected to God. And I choose to love and accept myself. I choose to feel connected to God. And I choose to love and honor myself. I choose to feel connected to God. Part of me knows that I am always connected. Just like a drop of water in the middle of the ocean. I can't really be disconnected. But I sometimes feel that way. I choose to feel connected to God. And I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. I choose to feel connected to God. I choose to feel that connection. That connection to the source of all good things. When I feel that connection, I feel abundant. I feel joyful. When I feel that connection, how could I ever feel lack? I choose to feel that connection. Deep down inside, I know that I am absolutely connected to source energy. How could I not be? But sometimes things happen, and I forget. I forget who I am. I forget whose I am. And I lose touch with that connection. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's not because there's something wrong with me. It just happens. I forgive myself for feeling disconnected. And maybe that forgiveness is all I need to get back in touch with that feeling of connection. I'm allowing myself to feel connected. Maybe sometimes I'm afraid to feel connected. There's a whole lot of power there. And maybe I'm afraid of being that powerful. When I truly feel connected, it feels like anything is possible. It feels like I could never be afraid. It feels like I'm unstoppable. Feeling connected to the same source that created the mountains and the rivers and the planets. That's a whole lot of power. I'm afraid to plug into that. And I'm releasing that fear. Releasing this fear of feeling connected. Releasing this fear of being connected. And allowing myself to reconnect to God. Allowing myself to acknowledge that connection. Allowing myself to be here. And to hear the guidance. To trust that God loves me. Trusting that God is taking care of me. And God is helping me take care of myself. I am connected to God. So I do well by God when I do well by myself. Treating myself with love is treating God with love. And I'm allowing myself to feel good about that. Clearing the barriers to feeling connected. Releasing them at a cellular level. And releasing them all the way back through my past. All those old reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't feel connected to God. I'm allowing myself to release those. Allowing a loving feeling to replace those. Allowing myself to feel God's love. Allowing myself to see myself with God's loving eyes. Allowing myself to see others with God's loving eyes. And feeling this loving connection. Just allowing it to wash over me and through me. Allowing myself to enjoy this connection with God. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. let it go. And give yourself permission to cultivate that feeling of connection. Because it'll do you so much good, and it'll do the world so much good. So, on behalf of the world, thank you for doing that.